Hello everyone, Alex Reid, your DM and guide to the Lands of Manassas. Just a quick recap before we get into the cast introductions for this episode. Last week, we saw the party return to the city and begin preparations as the time to approach the head of the Savorsan Port Authority, Quincy Haddock, grew near. While Ibron went to meet with the local blacksmith and get his armor and weapons repaired, the others sought out a magic shop, which in a previous session had what appeared to be an entrance to a secret room. Brakka, Kadie, and Aegard all ventured to the wishbone, where Aegard turned into a spider and managed to find a way into the hidden room. Brakka learned that Kadie, or Kadera Drathruk, came from a very storied line of Dragonborn. Now, let's get into the cast introductions before we resume the conversation between Brakka and Ringed Flame, the proprietor of the wishbone.
Hi, this is Alex Groves, and I play Aegard, the Firbolg Druid. Fun fact about Aegard, Aegard is not his name. He adopted this name when he first left home. It was the name of a wood elf he knew when he was a boy.
Oh, that's cute. Hi, I'm Jessica Reid. I play Kadie, a Dragonborn fighter. A little fact about Kadie, we learned a little bit last episode, is her full name is actually Kadera Drathruk, but only her mother and her childhood friend call her Kadera. Everybody else calls her Kadie.
Hi, I'm Reggie Morris. I'll be playing Brakka Ultim. An interesting fact about Brakka is that he has heterochromia, his left eye being gold and right eye being purple.
Hi, I'm Connor, the Leonin Ranger, Ibron Ironmane. Fun fact about him, the swords that he carries were actually made by him.
We now resume where we left off, with the conversation between Brakka and Ringed Flame inside the magic shop, the Wishbone. Do you know who she is?
Do I know who she is? She is Kadie. She is a Dragonborn. She does exist, yes.
She looks at you and she says, Kadie Drathruk, her family is an important family in the Tavara Monastery. They have been one of the top families for some time now as far as training and protecting the realm of Manassas.
Interesting. Was that all, or?
Roll. You're not trying to deceive her.
Nah. Could I actually roll a history to kind of like see if that kind of rings a bell, like in the moment?
You can.
Okay. 13.
13. You've heard of the Drathruks? What you've heard of them is they are a very important bloodline in the Tavara Monastery as far as training the next generation of monks and fighters. But on top of that, they do have a very storied lineage of protecting the realm of Manassas, of being the ones that if there were a problem or an issue, they're usually there to help correct it, and that dates back about 60 years. You have heard Arpip mention that he knew one of the Drathruks at one point in time.
Any specific one, or did he say a name?
Yes. You know that it goes back to the legend of the Turkiffin, which is something that you remember growing up. It is a combination of different animals that Arpip does every year for the mayor, and she was one of the first parties to celebrate the annual event. And while the mayor claims it was intentional, Arpip has told you the first one was never intentional. It was a complete accident, but the mayor spun it as intentional, and now there is a festival around it every year.
Okay.
There's a big hunt, and parties get together and go up there, and the party that slays the Turkiffin is called the Shield of Villabros for that year.
Okay. So, learning all of this, Brakka is going to kind of like try to keep it to himself, kind of getting like just excited learning about all of this, mainly because he's like just kind of figuring out his new friend is secretly this really cool person that's a part of this like order that he's heard of.
I'm not a really cool person just to begin with.
Well,
I'm secretly a really cool person.
On the surface, cool, but secretly cool at the same time.
Good save. Good save.
And remember that secrets mean welcoming. So.
Inviting.
Inviting, that's
actually,
right.
yes.
That's
Say less.
It's past
Bet.
my bedtime.
Oh my god.
Brakka will just continue to say, I was just worried that you meant ill. Speaking of Kadie.
No, to my knowledge, she left in the middle of the night, and her mother, Corinne, is worried. But clearly, if you guys have helped cleanse...
You said that right on the right path and something else.
I believe what I said was she has been proven capable, and that's because you guys have solved a problem that has been an affliction in Ports of Orsa for a few months now, and if you guys are doing good like you have in this city, then she's on the right path for her family. She's learning how to fend for herself. Her mother became very scared when her grandmother passed, and Kadie has lived a sheltered life, but she has so much more potential. Her mother's just afraid of loss again.
That's understandable. Loss isn't exactly fun to go through.
I don't want to continue this conversation without her because I feel like it might be a little rude. But if you want to come back and talk about Avorgos and things like that, I'm willing to let you guys know. I know you guys had some other stuff to do, but is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you happen to know somebody named Arpit?
Arpip, yes. Cute little gnome.
Would it be too much to ask if you could contact him for me with the sending thing you do?
No, not a problem at all.
Could you tell him that the rat problem's taken care of and that I eventually plan on heading back as soon as I can?
Of course.
And I have... Anyway, that's it.
You see her eyes light up, and she's like, Are you the one that Arpip took in? He's only told a handful of people about it, and I'm one of the special few.
How many people know about this person that he's supposedly taken in?
Only the 3 that used to adventure with him. We've been very careful to keep your secret.
What are the other two? What are their names?
Well, the other 2 are wizards. One is a wizard, and the other one used to be a wizard, but now he more likes to tinker with things. And the other one, she's very secretive. It took us years to crack even what her last name was, and we traveled and adventured together for quite some time before Arpip decided to stay in Gilmead. We saved Lord Thelmar Frosthammer's life. That's why Arpip ended up there. Has he never told you the story of how he became?
Has he told me the story?
You've never thought to ask him how he got there?
Really.
He was a father figure, so you never really asked too much about the history. Yeah. You just kind of absorbed his intelligence and the stories that he told you.
No, I didn't exactly bother to ask, I guess.
Oh, you should ask him sometime how he saved Lord Thelmar Frosthammer's life. It is quite a story.
I'll think about it if I can remember.
She kind of reaches down and she pats you on the shoulder and she says, Please, next time you're there, tell Arpip that Ringed Flame says hello. I'll send him a message, and she pulls out a piece of paper, and you see she draws a symbol on it and hands it to you, and she says, Please give him this. And she folds it up and hands it to you.
Brakka is gonna actually, before she does the whole sending thing, he's gonna pull out from his bag of holding the symbol he traced, and kind of hand that to her, or just, I guess, open it up and show her the symbol from the book. And he's just gonna say, I saw this symbol a while back. Do you know what it is?
You see she has this smirk start on the right side of her face. You see it start to curl up, and she kind of looks at you and she says, Where exactly is it you found this symbol?
It's just a while back, before I got to Port Savorsa.
This is the mark of Tenea. Wherever you got this mark from, it belongs in the library of Tenea, or it is checked out to somebody from the library of Tenea.
Oh, let me write this down, because I'll forget.
Oh my god. Just plot points being
kidding.
dropped like no other.
This was the symbol on the back of the book, right?
It wasn't on the back of the book. It
Like
was
on the back
cover
yeah.
on the inside of the book. So when you open the book, that last page has it drawn on it.
So it's the symbol on the back cover or on the inside of the back
on the
cover.
inside of the back cover of the book.
And you said it's from the symbol belongs to a book from the Tenean library.
It is the symbol of the Tenea library.
Tenea. How do you spell Tenea?
Tanea.
Okay. He'll just say, just before I got here, I saw it, and I've never seen the symbol before, so I thought it was just neat.
Well, if you come across it again, you can either bring it to me, or you can bring it to Arpip, and we can return it to the library, and if you let us know where you got it from, if you come across the symbol again, we can either make sure that individual was supposed to be in possession of the book, or we can handle thieves the way that we handle them.
Well, that was sinister.
Okay. Well, if you could tell Arpip pretty much what I said, that'd be much appreciated.
Absolutely. And she turns and she's like, do you want to write down what you want me to say and be here when I do it? Or are...
Just if you could tell him that the rat problem has been taken care of, and I plan on returning as soon as I can with company.
I will send that message as long as you do one for me. Will you tell Kadie that her mother said she trusts her and misses her, but wishes to talk to her soon?
Can you write it down so I can remember?
So she quickly jots it down on the, like, rips the piece of paper that you wrote stuff down on and jots it down and just hands it to you. And she's like, here, please give that to Kadie about her mother.
Okay.
So as you're standing there, she casts sending and she says it, she tells Arpip what you wanted her to say. And she looks at you and she says, Arpip said, come back when you can, but he understands if it takes a little bit of time. And she turns and she grabs something out of the register. She puts some stuff in there and she turns and she hands it to you. And it doesn't feel very heavy, but she does hand you a coin pouch. And she says, this is from Tenea as a thank you. And when you look in there, there's about 100 gold for helping the problem in Port Savorsa.
It doesn't feel very heavy?
Nope.
It's 100 gold.
It's a magical bag.
You got a magical sack, boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's not say that again.
Sorry.
Especially in that way.
Hey, can you put that, DM, can you put that in his inventory as
Say
Brakka's magical sack?
Magical sack.
So it is a modified bag of holding, but it's specifically a coin pouch. So it's for coins.
Oh my god. Why didn't she mention this when we were all in there?
Does he... Oh, okay, I don't want to say anything then.
Because she didn't know that he was with Arpip.
Don't put it in the other bag. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point. She didn't say anything.
I feel like...
I feel like Brakka would know.
Brakka is
because
I feel like he's smart enough to know not
when
to
you
do
when
that.
you open
You
okay,
don't
so
really
let me
so.
fix that. When you open it, you don't see anything, but when you reach in,
There's gold.
You can
Okay.
feel the gold pieces,
Yeah.
and just for your knowledge, there's 100 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
Brakka
Thanks! Black hole!
just straight to the astral plane. Yeah,
Podcast over.
Brakka, realizing that he'll put it on the his right side where the bag of holding, bag of holding isn't. He'll just put it on his belt.
Sorry, that's the first time I was like, oh no.
I know, right?
You're right. I didn't think about that to make sure that was clear.
But it's a good thought for later on.
Or did I? And I wanted a nuclear bomb.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You're giving Brakka a nuclear bomb?
Yep.
That's okay. Bet.
With your past and your history, it was a great idea.
Brakka will just look at Ring Flame once again and just say, well, thank you for your hospitality. Now give your message to Arpit when I see him again.
Thank you. And she kind of nods and just walks behind the desk and starts fiddling with things.
Yeah. Brakka just leaves.
So you leave, you walk out, and as you get to the docks, you see Kadie standing there with 3 fish in her hand holding him up.
I'm so happy. I caught some fish.
Brakka will just like full
and then
smile.
I drop Wild Shape out as one of the fish. Just kidding. No, that didn't happen.
Brakka full smile, just double thumbs up.
Oh, I got double thumbs up.
So it's been about an hour. So are you guys headed back to Finley's now?
Probably we need to find Ibron.
Well, I think
do we want to go to
there.
the blacksmith to see if he is okay?
Probably.
Okay, so you guys will head to the blacksmith from where you're at.
And then on the way, Aegard also tells Brakka what was in the room.
Okay, do you guys want to RP that, or do you just want to...
I just tell him.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to...
You were
respond?
right. It was a room.
Well, if you say there's a circle...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
shoot.
Yeah, go ahead
Okay.
and RP it.
So as we're walking, all right. As we're walking to...
The blacksmith.
The group is walking to the blacksmith to meet up with Ibron.
Okay.
Aegard
you want me to say
describes-
that? Is that why you're waving your finger
shut
at
up.
me?
No. I was rewinding in my head. Aegard describes the hidden room and everything to Brakka. Goes into real detail about the 6 spiders because it kind of oops Kadie out.
You just see Kadie shudder a little bit,
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
6.
Oh.
And then
nightmares.
I want to say I'm on Katie's shoulder at this point as we're walking.
yeah, so that's almost eye level with me.
Almost.
So I'm looking down a little bit. Aegard, and so we're walking, and he describes everything, and then I tell you, Aegard tells you about the circle, and so.
Could I do an Arcana check to see?
Can I do a history check? Is there like some dirt on the road or something that I can like draw what I saw?
Oh. Would it be performance?
I would say you should probably either wait and use like the ink that Brakka just got, because it is like it's like cobblestone road.
Okay.
So it's not. There's not a lot of dirt around there.
Sorry.
Plus, I think it'd be kind of funny because Ibron or Aegard just drawing like a transmutation circle and the ground is in the middle of town.
Well, yeah, Aegard doesn't think along those lines. So when we get back to Finley's, if I could borrow some, I will try and draw it for you. And that was all that was in the room. So I do not think that there's anything that would harm the town. You were correct.
Well, it is either way good to know.
So you guys continue from the wishbone to the blacksmith. We'll shoot to the blacksmith real quick. He is finishing up. Is there anything you want to do while he was working, or?
No, he's just milling about and just watching and just leaving the blacksmith alone.
So he started with the armor and kind of fixing that and mending that. When he got done, about half an hour, 45 minutes is how long it took him to get all that stuff. He walks over to you with the armor. He's like, "What's your name there?"
Ibron.
Ibron. How's this look? And he kind of holds it up.
Ibron takes it in his hands and examines where all the marks.
It's not my best work, but I think it'll do.
I think it looks fantastic.
I think it'll do as
Thank
well.
And so after you say that, he kind of turns and he grabs your weapons. And you see as he walks over to the furnace, he kind of starts getting the heat going. And you can see him very carefully just getting the edge of the blade kind of like hot and red. Pulls it out and starts getting the stone going. And he starts to kind of go across it. It's almost like a grindstone as he's sharpening it.
Are you using any particular kind of stone to to put the edge back on.
Aye?
Do you happen to have any spares? I would gladly pay for a good whetstone.
He kind of looks at you and like looks at the wheel that he has, and the wheel is like 3 foot in diameter. Like it's a big wheel. He's like, I get it. I get it custom made from the dwarves. It comes down from the north. They mine it up there. Don't have any on me, but I'm sure there's a couple places up there that you could buy a portable one. I don't work outside my shop.
Oh, that's completely understandable. Do you know what region in the north?
Aye, there's a few different locations in Villabras, but if you really want the good stuff, you gotta go to Snow Beach on the Custis coast.
Snow Beach?
Aye, it's on the northeastern coast.
How long of a trip from here is it exactly?
I think it depends if you're going by foot or by ship. Ship's probably the fastest, but if you're going by foot, it'll take some time. You gotta think you're on like the southernmost point here on the Lands of Manassas on the main continent. You're gonna have to go to the farthest northeast. Quite a bit of a hike.
Well, time is one thing I definitely have, so...
I'd say it'll probably take you a month or two. Because the way you're gonna have to go, you can't go straight through. You either have to go through the Windthane Pass, or you gotta go up to the Gilmead. They might have some sharpening stones that might be quicker. It won't be fresh straight from the source, but I'll probably have some that'll do.
Which route would you recommend?
I mean, I'd probably go up to Gilmead myself, but I ordered them straight from Snow Beach.
Thank you for that information.
Absolutely. And he kind of looks at it, and as he finishes with your swords, you see he kind of smirks, and he spins like you were trying to do, and nails it. Like, it's perfect. And catches it right on the hilts, and just holds them out and says, I believe these are yours, sir.
Ibron's going to take them, and I'm going to make a performance check and imitate what he did. 18.
So you imitate what he did almost exactly, and as you flip him up, you just slide him back into the sheaths on your back. Smooth movement, nice spin right in. He looks at you and he's like, that'll be probably about 2 gold for everything.
Here's 4.
Appreciate it.
No, appreciate you. Ibron appreciates good craftsmanship, and to watch him work has been an experience because it's almost therapeutic for him.
So as you get your swords back and you're exchanging payment, so as they walk up, you can hear Kadie and Aegard talking, and as you look up, you see Brakka just sitting on Kadie's shoulders again, and just kind of, are you tinkering with stuff? What are you doing on her shoulders?
I mean, yeah, just doing stuff with my elixirs and whatnot.
Messing with his empty vials.
Yeah.
And they approach.
So, did y'all find that secret room that y'all kept talking about at Finley's?
Yep. Brakka was right. It was a bedroom.
Sounds like a colossal letdown.
It is fine. We know that it is not a threat, so.
That was the main goal. And Brakka was able to get what he needed from the store as well, so that's important.
Brakka will just say to everybody, is there anything else anybody wants to do in town before we inevitably leave, since that was the deal with Quincy?
I feel our business here is done unless they have something else for us in the city.
Did you talk to Ring Flame?
You guys said you were going to come back and talk to her if you had time about Avorgos.
We could go back and talk to her about it, just real quick before we leave.
Sure. I'm fine with that.
Since we have Ibron, so he can hear.
Yeah. I have a quick question. Do I still have the 3 fish in my hand?
Are you just walking around with them, or did you put them down somewhere? Or?
I would have kept them. I just wanted to make sure that was...
I mean, yeah, you still have them.
Okay, cool.
They can be in your hand, or they can be in your bag, whatever you want to do with them.
I could put those in my bag if you don't want to hold
Well, we're
them.
going back to Finley's, right?
Well, yes, but do you
I
want
was going to give them to Finley. He called us heroes and friends. Finley deserves some fish.
That is quite kind.
Indeed.
I have a big smile on my face, so excited that I, thought of this on my own.
So do you all wish to return to the Wishbone and speak to Ring Flame before you depart?
I think that is a good idea. It's a quick stop to find what she may need outside of the city.
I'll turn to Kadie and just whisper in your ear in Draconic. She has things she wants to talk to you about as well.
And I'll speak Draconic back to you. And who are you talking about?
Ring Flame, the Tabaxi.
She wants to talk to me?
Mm-hmm.
Did she say about what?
Well, yes, but I think it'd be better if she explained it.
But you know?
Well, I spoke to her briefly, and she asked if we had a conversation about you, and she said that she didn't want to continue unless you were present.
Okay. Are we gonna go to Finley's first, though?
Well, I don't know if Quincy's there, and if he's there, he'll probably ask us to leave. So I can just put those in my bag if you don't want to haul them around.
Yeah, I guess. I was just excited.
Okay. I'll just say to everybody else, I guess we'll go back to the Wishbone and talk to Ring Flame about the task she had in mind, and we'll go back to Finley's to speak to Quincy, I assume, and Finley, obviously.
And then we'll go to Finley's to give him the fish?
That sounds like a great plan.
Okay.
What time of day is it by now? Is it midday?
Yeah, it's a little after midday.
Okay.
How long of a walk is it back? Like 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Ibron, would you like to join us?
I thought it was
I would.
Well, it was 5, but you walked 5 to the blacksmith and about 5 to the Wishbone. You walked to the blacksmith to meet with Ibron and you're walking back down.
Yeah. Not a long walk, luckily.
Not too long.
I guess.
Especially for those of us who don't walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough out in these streets. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so we're off.
Going to the Wishbone.
Okay. Do you guys want to say you discuss that along the way to the Wishbone? That way you get there a little quicker?
Probably.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll say that you guys had this discussion on the way. As you kind of end the discussion, you start to near the docks again. You hear the merchants and the commotion and the hustle and bustle of a port city. And you're approaching the Wishbone. The door is still open. And you see that Ringed Flame has walked back to the bookshelves and is kind of putting things in order.
Brakka, when we walk in, Brakka will just hop down and then begin to just make his way over to Ring Flame.
So she turns and she's like, "Oh, welcome back. Oh, it's all 4 of you. Welcome. Were you able to give them
later.
Okay. All right.
But we're here to talk to you about the task you were going to ask us.
Vorgos, yes. It's a city that's about a week from here. But they've been experiencing some strange disappearances of people, and it started with some livestock around the city, and then it began to be people, and people are fleeing that city at a rather quick rate. Most of the people are headed south towards the Andaria Keep. Some travel through the city of Guamora, and there are some refugees who have made it here to Port Savorsa, but most of them have boarded ships and left for other parts of Manassas. It's been dangerous there. As you know, I work with Tanea and the wizards there, and we fear that there may be some type of curse or greater affliction that is bigger than Port Savorsa. We feel like it may have to do with an area in the Golden Fang Forest. For some time now, there has been some issues near Dalmont and the Dalmont Bog, but just recently it began spreading more west, and that's when the disappearances of the livestock near the farms of Avorgos, and now some of the people in the city of Avorgos have gone missing.
She said the Golden Fang Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Can Aegard roll a history check to see if he knows anything about the...
Yes.
Brakka would like to do the same, if possible.
Since I'm a Firbolg Druid.
Yes.
Roll advantage.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Your digital dice.
First natural 20 of the night.
A 19, because I don't have to show off.
So you both roll high enough. You do know that, and this goes back to the history and the lore and the legends of Manassas, that there are certain areas in a couple of the forests that are known to have a close connection to the Fey realm. One of those is the Golden Fang Forest. The other one is the Violet Woods. The Northern Manacroft Forest and the Koroi Grove do not have these connections to the Fey. However, some of the races of Furbolg did come from the Golden Fang Forest, which is why you know quite a bit about it. Your tribe actually came from the Golden Fang Forest and migrated north, because there are rumors and legends that say that there are other portals to other planes that are within the Golden Fang Forest, but for the most part, they are not typically out of control. You would know, because RPIP, that there is a certain order. They manage the different creatures and fey and fiend beings that come out with malicious intent, and you would know that order is the Order of the Bloodhawks.
I'm not sure what our next path will be. I believe we will be asked to leave the city soon. So we can certainly, I believe, head in that direction. Is it
on the way to Gilmead, or?
So she looks at you, she looks at Brock, and she says, if you want to head to Gilmead, you would probably need to head out the north gate, but if you take the east gate, that continues on, you'll reach a fork. You want to continue east if you want to go to the Andaria Keep, but if you want to go to Guamora, you need to take the northern road. But if you're looking to go to Gilmead, it's not on the way. It would be directly north Gilmead from us right now, basically.
But I don't believe we were in a rush to get to Gilmead.
No.
I was just wondering if it'd be convenient to go here, then go to Gilmead, but...
The Golden Fang Forest does butt up against the Windthane Mountains. So if you passed through Evorgos, and then maybe through the forest, you could reach the Windthane Mountains and cut through that way and get to Gilmead that way, but it would be a little bit of a roundabout way to go.
Brakka's gonna kind of like stare off into space for like probably 5 seconds. Oh, okay.
You guys said that Quincy was probably going to ask you to leave the city?
That was the agreement, yes.
Before you speak to him, if you let me know which gate you'll go to, I can meet you there then, and we can discuss where you want to go and how to get there. Just let me know what gate you're going to leave through, and I can meet you there and discuss it before coming back here.
Well, I suppose we have to decide that now then, since we were going right to Finley's.
Either now, or you can let Finley know and he can come tell me as well.
Which gate would lead us in the direction that you would...
You would probably want to take the east gate. It would be the quicker route to go to Evorgos.
And are you okay, Brakka, with not going straight to Gilmead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brakka does.
I am without a compass right now. I will go whichever direction.
I'm okay with going that direction, I suppose.
Ibron?
I'm good with that.
Kadie?
I go where Brakka goes.
It's agreed. We head east.
Brakka at this point in like the conversation, he's not really looking at anybody. He's just kind of like 1,000-yard stare, looking at like the floor or just past everyone, just kind of responding like a second or two late after anything gets said to him.
Sure.
So, just for your knowledge, to get to the Andaria Keep will take about 8 days.
Sorry, I tried so hard the last time you said it.
I know. To get to the Andaria Keep, it will take about 8 days if you go straight there. If you go up through Guamora, then to Evorgos, it will take about 11 days to get to Evorgos itself. And it will take you probably about 5 days to get to Guamora. And then it would be about the same. It'd be about 10.5 days to get to Andaria and up to Avorgos, and about 11 to cut through Gomorrah. So
we're not wanting to go
similar
to the
same
keep, though. The
time.
keep is just where the people that are leaving
That's
are
where they're
headed.
Right, that's where some of the people are
So
fleeing
we want to go
to
to
Avorgos.
Avorgos, yeah.
Avorgos. So we head east.
So we're going through the east gate, I suppose.
Okay, I will meet you at the east gate then. And she kind of nods to you and she says, Is there anything else you guys need? Preparations, maybe healing potions, anything like that? I can see if I can find some. Or are you guys good?
I'm okay.
Potions.
I have but a few silver, so I appreciate it.
How much would healing potions be?
If you're doing this favor for me, then I could probably, if I can find some, I wouldn't mind giving you at least 2 or 3. No charge if you're going to look at Avorgos for us.
We are.
The guild in Tanea, we would greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
I will have them. I will meet you at the east gate, and I will have them then. I need to get a few things straight and get the shop ready to close to meet you at the gate. So I'll be there in about an hour.
So just to clarify again, we go through the east gate. When we go to the fork, we go to the left.
If you go left, you'll go up through Gomorrah, and then eventually you follow that road. You continue. You will actually reach a second fork after Gomorrah, and you will stay to the right.
Okay.
And that will lead you straight into Avorgos.
Does this, you mentioned the mountains, does this path go through the mountains?
No, this path does not go through the mountains. Actually, the second fork you hit, if you head north, you would get to Tanea, which is at the foot of the Winthane Mountains.
Okay. So left, then right on the forks.
Yes, if you wish to go through Gomorrah to Avorgos, you go left at the first fork and then right, and you will get to Avorgos.
And you said that, just once again to clarify, in Avorgos, people are disappearing, started with livestock. Now the citizens of Avorgos are disappearing, and more are fleeing to the Andarian Keep, which is how much farther ahead or behind Avorgos?
So Andaria Keep is south by probably 2-3 days travel by foot.
Do you have any other valuable information you can give us about the disappearances?
I haven't had a chance to travel there to look myself, so I don't have much information. I just know that it started with livestock and then it extended to a couple members in the town. There are people and farmers who refuse to leave. You have to understand, Avorgos is a long-standing farming town, and some people there's generations of farmers that have lived there. They don't want to give up their land. Unfortunately, because we were so focused on Port Savorsa and the issue that was here, and hearing about humanoids disrupting the population, we were so focused here that we didn't have time to go there yet. We were getting ready to turn our focus to a couple other things, one of those being Avorgos.
Humanoids disrupting the population? I don't follow.
The were-rats.
The were-rats.
Humanoid creatures. I apologize.
No, that's fine. Just want to make sure I understood.
Okay. I believe we're all in agreement about going, so we'll head there. Do we have some... I don't believe we have some sort of way of contacting you if the job gets done.
If you want to head to Tanea, or if you want to let our Pip know to contact me, if you're headed up to Gilmead, then he can reach out to me and let me know as well.
I believe we can go there after the job is done.
Yeah, we were going to go to Gilmead after this was...
Okay, if you head, if the job is done, you can either head back here, or you can head to Tanea, and they can contact me as well, and I will meet you there.
Okay. This is random. I'm just trying to recall the stuff that she said about the Tanea library and about like people like thieves or whatever. because I showed her the emblem, and that was the emblem of the Tanaan Library.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she said something about thieves. I don't remember entirely.
They have a way of handling them.
Yeah.
That's all she said.
Okay. Don't know if I can really incite her now about it. I don't think so.
No.
Nah.
It's been too long.
Yeah. Could I actually just do a history check to see if I know what she's talking about, like the method she's talking about dealing with thieves?
You can.
Okay. 19.
So you know that one of the ways that they deal with thieves is not, it's not brutal. They essentially put and RPIP has done this as an artificer. They essentially put a tracking spell in something that they know the thieves will be attracted to, and then they're able to basically keep tabs on those people through that object.
Okay.
You've heard, and you're not sure how because you're still so young with it, but you've heard RPIP speak to others about being able to see through objects and essentially see that person around them and hear their immediate surroundings, but that they would basically check in, and that's how they kind of keep tabs on where stolen artifacts are.
Okay.
Throw away the book.
Well, I'm thinking of just giving the book to her since she is supposedly connected, but I'm probably not going to do that. I mean, if I'm right about it, and I'm hoping I am, the book is impossible to track right now since it's in my bag of holding.
Okay.
And if the thing that they have a tracker on is her mask, I doubt it is. But if it is, it's in the bag of holding as well.
Gotcha.
If they're able to track it, they'll be tracking it in the astral plane.
Yeah,
That's
so
where-
it's impossible to really know where it is.
Gotcha.
Right. And they would be smart enough to put two and two together, that if they're tracking it on the material plane and then they're tracking it on the astral plane, whoever has it,
It's in a bag of holding or something.
they're putting
like
it
that.
in and out of some type of dimensional hole.
Right. Okay.
I want to kind of whisper to you, Brakka and Draconic.
In the shop or outside the shop?
In the shop.
'Cause she knows Draconic.
I don't know that.
If you do go to whisper to me, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna tell you to.
Well, I'm going to whisper to you in Draconic. You said that I needed to talk to her?
Oh yeah.
I'm beginning to think that Brakka and Reggie's short-term memory.
DM, what did you roll to hear that whisper?
Yes, to both.
A natural 20.
Oh my god. That I needed to talk to her about. Sorry, that I needed to talk to her
Is she like staring at us?
about something.
Make an insight check.
Okay. 20.
So you can tell that she's not trying to directly look, but you can tell that she feels like she heard something that she maybe is not supposed to hear, and she's trying to grant you a little bit of privacy, and
That's
just
nice of
kind
her.
of look the other way, like she's busying herself.
Right. I'll just say back in common, I think she would appreciate it, and I think you would too. I mean, I'll be right here, or I can leave if you want.
I'll say back in Draconic, I don't know what she would need to talk to me about.
I'm just gonna look at Ring Flame. Well, I mean, you can hear us. I mean, do you want to?
She's gonna turn around and look at all of you and look at you, and just in Draconic reply, Kadera Drathruk. And then in common, she's going to say, "Did I get that wrong?"
So Katie's going to be kind of visibly, because she's not going to save face well. So she's going to visibly be like, what? But then, no.
Sure, roll a deception. I just rolled insight, so. Is it higher than an 18? Is it a 1?
It's a 4.
Well, that'll
That
do it.
goes, damn. God bless these dice know Kadie way too well.
She's going to look at you and she's going to smile and she's going to say, if you're not ready, then it can wait. But if you do feel like you want to have a conversation, it does have to do with your family.
Was that in common or draconic? In
common. She says it calmly in common to where everybody can hear.
Aegard is just wide-eyed, wondering what is happening.
If you're more comfortable in private, your friends are more than welcome to wait outside, but where they can see in the windows, that's perfectly fine by me. I don't mind if you want privacy, but if you don't mind that they're here, we can have this conversation in front of them as well. Or we can have the conversation in Draconic, which it appears your friend here can also understand.
I just say back to her in Draconic, I don't know what information I need to know about my family. There's nothing that I need to know.
She's going to smile, and in Draconic, she's going to say, your mother loves you. She misses you, but she's proud of you.
So Kadie won't speak at that point. She's just kind of blankly staring at her, and she's going to turn and walk out the store.
And Ring Flame's going to look at the rest of you that are in the store, and she's going to say, I know, in common, I know you guys may have just met her.
I mean, I'm on Kadie's shoulder. We're both
leaving. Oh, are you? Okay, so as they both walk out.
If I leave, you leave. Yeah, I'm just like that.
I'm just gonna wave. I'm just gonna wave back and just say, "See you at the East Gate."
I should mention that as she's leaving, like you can see kind of a tear coming down Kadie's eyes, and she's clutching.
Okay. Are you upset? Like, is Kadie upset?
No, you would be able to tell that.
Insight check.
Because if
oh no, but I am clutching my leather cord that's around my
that's
neck.
A natural 20.
Okay, then I think she's wearing her emotions on her sleeve.
Yeah, I'm emotional, but not hurt.
As soon as you guys leave the store, Aegard will turn and look at Ring Flame and. What did you say to Kadie?
How long have you known Kadie?
A few days, but I consider her a friend.
Keep her safe. She comes from a very important family, and her lineage is something that she should tell you herself, but is very important to the Lands of Manassas. She is a stronger person than she knows.
It's another natural 20.
Dang.
Insight.
She's telling the truth, okay. And you also kind of feel this admiration from her as she talks about Kadie and her lineage. Ringed Flame is an older tabaxi, so she has been around a little while, and you feel like when she speaks of this family, it is very warm and positive and
reverence.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely.
We will see you at the East Gate.
Yes, I will see you at the East Gate.
And then Aegard just goes to follow. Sorry, Ibron, he forgets that you're Steve. But he goes to follow.
I'm the quiet one.
Okay, that's fine.
So you guys leave.
Well, does Ibron come?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you guys leave the Wishbone. You're headed back to Finley's. So it takes you a couple minutes to get there. I don't know if you guys want to have a conversation with Kadie on the way back.
Can Aegard try to catch up?
Yeah. Did you guys take off, or did you wait out front?
Oh, I would have waited outside.
Okay. Just stepped outside and waited?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to be in the store anymore.
Kadie, are you okay?
I'm okay.
But your business is your business, and I will not ask any questions, but I want to make sure that you are okay. She did not seem to be of ill intent, but...
No. I don't think she is either. I'm okay.
Just what she said. It stirred something inside you.
Yeah. Not something that I'm ready to face.
Fair enough. And Ibron's going to leave it right there.
Yeah. I mean, if she hurt you, I could burn her shop down in the next hour.
I appreciate that. You know, you're the bestest friend But she didn't hurt me intentionally. It wasn't her who hurt me. I hurt myself, and she just kind of reminded me.
You know what we should do?
Go to Finley and give him his fish?
Yes.
Yes. That's what we should do.
Brakka's gonna pull the fish out of his bag of holding and give them to you.
So you guys continue on. Side note, the true colors of a 2-foot psychopath just came out. But moving on.
Possibly.
Yeah, I got that.
So you guys can
I am walking with 3 fish in my hand.
have
3
this
big
conversation.
fish.
Does her facial expression change the moment she gets the 3 fish?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
she kind of
she's-
puts that behind her, and all of a sudden she's back to like joyous
Fully
and happy.
compartmentalizing emotions. She's like, let's go.
So you guys have that conversation. You're about halfway there when she pulls the fish out, and all of a sudden there's this sudden change in the attitude of Kadie. And she has these 3 fish in her hand. She's smiling, and she starts kind of skipping on her way to Finley's, excited to give him these 3 fish. Since you bought them, I will ask you, what type of fish did you buy for Finley?
Oh, I don't know. What fish would be there? I would have bought really pretty fish. Are there like different
some
colored
nice,
fish?
some Atlantic cod or flounder, or there's some red snapper.
She said pretty, so I was going to say rainbow trout.
I was
that'd be good,
thinking
too.
that one, like a golden
I know
rainbow
what
trout.
that was.
That's
I want 3
man.
golden rainbow trouts.
3 golden rainbow trout it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
So
They have like a
Nice.
pretty golden color, kind of peachy in a sense, with some bright coral fins, I would say.
Okay.
Like the color of coral.
You guys get these fish out. You get to Finley's. The door is closed.
So Aegard is going to pull you guys together and say, would you like to play a joke on Finley? Since he is a friend.
What's the joke?
Take in your fish
Uh-huh.
and tell him that we caught another surprise for him outside.
Okay.
And then bring him outside
Okay.
of the shop. Because it's too big to fit currently inside the shop.
Oh, okay. Are you staying out here?
Yes.
Okay. Ibron, are you coming with us too?
I'm coming.
Or are you staying out here?
Anyone can stay with me, just someone needs to get Finley outside.
Brakka, you staying with me?
I'm confused on what Brakka was
We're
staring
playing.
off into space.
We're just never mind. You stay on my shoulder.
We're-
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna use the big door.
Are you inside with her?
Yeah, I think
I'm
he
gonna.
said he was coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going inside.
Or did you go inside too?
He's on my shoulder. I never took him off.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Mama.
Wasn't me.
So I walk in the big door with the 3 big rainbow trouts, golden rainbow trouts.
So you guys walk in. Finley is. You see, it's a little bit busier. There's 2 or 3 tables now, and he's bouncing between tables, kind of refilling waters, things like that, ale. He looks up. He's,
Finley,
hey, friends.
friend.
Yeah, how are ya?
We got you these
Whoa.
3 fish.
Those are some beautiful fish.
They were very pretty, and I thought that you would enjoy them.
Oh, thanks. Do you want me to cook one for you?
No, they're for you. But we have something else for you outside. So you have to come right out here with me real quick.
Okay. And he kind of looks over. He's like, Falder. And he kind of calls him over. And Falder kind of waddles over. And he's like, can you get the fish from them? And just get it prepped. Maybe right on the chalkboard that the special will be a rainbow trout tonight. And he's kind of looks at him and nods. And Falder is in kind of a mopey mood right now. You kind of clock that, and he kind of takes the fish and walks over and sets them down and starts to kind of get them prepped and starts to scale them and cut them up and that stuff. And Finley looks at you. He's like, so where are we going?
Just right outside. Did you just real quick? Did your brother like the spices that Aegard gave?
He did. I tried to explain to them that they were a gift and a good thing, but feels like maybe his food wasn't adequate enough, but I keep telling him it's just spices from different regions and that you get different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta be more positive because, let's be real, salt and pepper doesn't solve everything. That's all I'm saying.
What's wrong with his food?
It was terrible.
Was it?
Well, he tries, but he puts a lot of pepper on stuff. And then if he feels like it's too spicy, he thinks that he can put a bunch of salt on it to offset, and it just becomes peppery and salty, and it's not a good combination for fish at times.
I ate it just fine, but I guess it's just me.
That may have been one of the better pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, I ate all their fish because they apparently didn't like it.
Well, you, sir, have an iron stomach.
I have a regular stomach.
Then he kind of looks down at you and he holds out a hand for a high five.
I mean, I'm up.
Yeah, he's on my shoulder.
Oh, yeah, you're on the shoulder.
I'll-
He just looks up, he's like, gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, I'll hop down and give him a high five. Then just,
Right.
like, climb back up.
Just up and down, up and down.
All right, let's go outside real quick. I'll
Sure.
show you your other surprise.
And he's following you guys outside.
Okay, so we go outside. I don't know what I'm looking for, so I'm just like bringing him out front.
You'll see it when you see Aegard has chained wild shaped into a giant octopus.
Oh my god!
Just
my
upright with
gosh.
its tentacles just cut up in the air. Just
You're supposed to kill him before you bring him here.
Oh my god!
And he kind of like starts to panic a little.
as soon as Aegard sees that, he drops the wild shape and is on the ground. Just
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Your expression was priceless.
it scared me.
he hops up and you are a good friend. We wanted to play a joke on you.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Thank you, but oh man, maybe not an octopus next time. They're kind of freaky. Maybe it's not that next time.
Maybe next time we'll just
And he
make
kind
sure
of
to kill
kind of
it.
doubles over and like breathes a little, and he's like,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to.
"It's okay. It was funny now that I think about it, but at the time it was kind of frightening." But come on in.
Yeah, very funny.
Thank you from all of us here at Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast, for joining the players and myself on this adventure. We are so grateful that we have listeners and supporters for our show. Moving forward, we will be giving shout-outs to our Patreon subscribers. The link to our Patreon can be found in the episode descriptions. Also, a big thank you to our friend, Jose Adriano, who provided the cover art for the show. You can see more of their work on Instagram at MSZEMO. Don't forget to follow along with the cast and crew on Instagram. The links for each player and the DM are included in the episode descriptions below. Tune in next week as the party confronts Quincy Haddock, head of the Saforsan Port Authority.